Next up, Dick Van Dyke. It's a big day for the Grammy, Emmy, and Tony winner today. Dick celebrates his 99th birthday. The Hollywood legend, beloved for roles in Dick Van.
Legendary entertainer Dick Van Dyke broke the news, and it's not good. After decades of bringing joy and laughter to millions, this shocking announcement has left fans everywhere stunned. What could possibly be so devastating? For decades, Dick has been a source of comfort and joy to us all, but now he's delivering some news that no one expected. What is it, and why is it such a major moment in his career and personal life? Stay tuned as we break down the details of this unprecedented announcement. Dick Van Dyke is a name that resonates with almost every generation. With a career that spans over 70 years, he's a true Hollywood icon. From his breakout role in The Dick Van Dyke Show to his unforgettable performance in Mary Poppins, Dick has built a legacy that's characterized by his incredible talent, infectious energy, and natural charisma. His roles have become part of American television and film history, earning him an Emmy Award, Tony Award, and a Grammy Award. Whether it was his slapstick humor, impeccable timing, or the joyful charm he brought to every performance, Dick's impact on entertainment has been immeasurable. Even as time passes, his performances remain timeless. Who could forget his high-flying antics in Mary Poppins or his comedic brilliance in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? These films continue to be adored by new generations, thanks to Dick's enduring presence in the hearts of fans. However, Dick Van Dyke is not just remembered for his acting prowess. He's also known for his philanthropic work, his remarkable longevity in a notoriously difficult industry, and his zest for life. Despite being in his late 90s, he's remained remarkably active, still performing, still inspiring, and still beloved by fans around the world. But today, everything changed. The news he just delivered has left millions in disbelief. While Dick's career has been filled with triumphs, now the news he's shared is a reminder that no one is immune to life's unexpected turns. Fans are holding their breath, waiting for more details, hoping that whatever it is won't signal the end of an era. In an emotional and unexpected announcement, Dick Van Dyke revealed that, after decades of being a fixture in the entertainment world, he is stepping away from public life. At 98 years old, the beloved actor shared that he will be retiring from his acting career and reducing his public appearances significantly. "It's time for me to step back," he said, with a tone that reflected both gratitude and sadness. His decision to leave the limelight was made after careful consideration, recognizing that at his age, it was time to focus on other things, namely his health, family, and the simple joys that come with aging. His announcement has taken fans by surprise, as Dick has always been known for his boundless energy and love for performing. For so long, he's been synonymous with joy and laughter, and his contributions to television, film, and theater have had an undeniable impact on the entertainment industry. From his role as the charming, upbeat Rob Petrie on The Dick Van Dyke Show to his legendary turn as Bert in Mary Poppins, Dick has been a defining figure in American culture. But after decades of entertaining the world, he's now preparing to say goodbye to his fans, at least in the public eye. Dick expressed how difficult this decision was, but emphasized that it was time for him to enjoy the next chapter of his life without the pressures of constant public engagements. For those who have watched him grow older with grace and vigor, it's a bittersweet moment. Dick has been an enduring symbol of longevity and vitality, and his retirement marks the end of an era. For fans who have spent years watching his performances, this announcement feels like a deeply personal loss. Yet it also serves as a reminder of how precious time is and how fortunate we are to have had him with us for so long. The news of Dick Van Dyke's retirement has left many fans deeply emotional. as they process the end of an era. For decades, Dick has been a beacon of light in the entertainment world, and his contributions to comedy, television, and film are legendary. His announcement has created a wave of sadness, but also a profound sense of gratitude. Fans from all over the world have shared their feelings on social media, recounting how much Dick's work has meant to them. One fan wrote, "Dick Van Dyke is the reason I fell in love with classic TV. His humor, his energy, and his kindness on screen made me feel like I was part of something special." Another tweeted, "As a kid, I grew up watching The Dick Van Dyke Show with my parents. Dick's performances taught me about timing, comedy, and joy. His impact on my life is immeasurable." For many, Dick has been more than just an entertainer. He's been a companion, a source of joy, and a reminder of the power of laughter. His humor has transcended generations, making people of all ages laugh, feel inspired, and forget about the hardships of everyday life. The emotional response from his fans is a testament to the personal connection they feel with him. This connection has been nurtured through decades of iconic roles, from his TV work to his film performances, including his unforgettable turn in Mary Poppins. It's hard to imagine a world of entertainment without Dick Van Dyke, but as he steps away from the public eye, fans are reflecting on the joy he brought to their lives. Even beyond his work, Dick's reputation for kindness, humility, and generosity has touched countless lives. It's clear that while this may be the end of his time in the limelight, his legacy will endure. Fans may be grieving the loss of his presence on screen, but they also recognize how fortunate they were to witness his remarkable career. Dick Van Dyke's influence on the entertainment industry, his unparalleled talent, and his enduring charm have left an indelible mark on television history. Many are left asking, why now? Dick Van Dyke has been a larger-than-life figure for so long, seemingly defying age with his boundless energy and joy. After all, even in his 90s, he remained an active performer, delivering performances that reminded everyone of the incredible vitality he still carried. So, what has prompted this decision to step away from public life at this stage in his career? The answer, according to Dick, is simple. It's time. Despite his enduring passion for performing, Dick has said that as he's gotten older, he's come to realize that the demands of a career in the spotlight have become increasingly difficult to manage. At 98 years old, Dick recognizes the need to focus on his health and well-being, something he's always prioritized privately, but now feels the need to do more openly. While his fans have always marveled at his ability to stay so active, there's no denying the physical toll that comes with age. The energy and commitment Dick put into his performances were remarkable, but the reality of growing older comes with certain limitations. This decision is about quality of life, about being able to enjoy the later years of his life without the pressures of being in the public eye. Another factor is Dick's desire to spend more time with his family. He's always been a deeply family-oriented person, and at this point in his life, he wants to cherish the moments he has with his loved ones. His wife, Arlene, and his children have always been a central part of his life, and it's clear that his decision to step away from public life is a reflection of his desire to be present with them as much as possible. While fans may feel saddened by this announcement, there's a sense of understanding that comes with it. Dick Van Dyke has given so much to the world of entertainment, more than most can ever dream of, and now it's his turn to focus on himself. His fans have always respected his personal life, and this decision is one that many will understand. After decades of giving so much to the industry, it's only natural for Dick to want to focus on what truly matters in his later years. Dick Van Dyke's legacy is one that will endure long after his retirement. For over 70 years, he's been a mainstay in the entertainment industry, and his contributions have shaped the landscape of television, film, and comedy. It's almost impossible to think about the golden age of television without his iconic role as Rob Petrie in The Dick Van Dyke Show. Premiering in 1961, the show quickly became a cultural touchstone, with Dick's impeccable comedic timing and chemistry with co-star Mary Tyler Moore turning it into a beloved classic. The show wasn't just a hit. It became an essential part of TV history, and its influence continues to be felt today. Beyond television, Dick's career in film cemented his status as one of the most versatile entertainers of his generation. His portrayal of Bert in Mary Poppins is still one of the most memorable performances in Hollywood history. The combination of his energy, charm, and dance skills made him an unforgettable part of that film, which has remained a timeless favorite for generations of fans. His roles in films like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and The Comic showcased his range, and even in his later years, he continued to take on roles that brought joy to his audiences. Yet, it wasn't just his acting that made him a legend. Dick's natural ability to connect with his audience through his warmth and humor made him beloved by all who knew him. His approachability, kindness, and generosity were as much a part of his public persona as his talent. Dick wasn't just a star, he was a figure who brought joy and laughter to people from all walks of life. Even as his career flourished, Dick remained grounded, always quick to credit his family, his fans, and his colleagues for his success. His longevity in the entertainment business, paired with his ability to remain relevant and loved through the decades, is a testament to his skill, humility, and dedication to his craft. As he steps away from public life, his legacy is firmly established as one of the greatest performers of all time. The impact Dick Van Dyke has had on comedy, film, television, and the entertainment industry as a whole is immeasurable. He may be retiring from the limelight, but his influence will continue to inspire performers for generations to come. As Dick Van Dyke steps away from the public eye, fans are left to ponder the future of entertainment without one of its most beloved stars. For decades, he has been a central figure in American television and film. But with his retirement, what will the world of entertainment look like without him? His contributions to television, especially through The Dick Van Dyke Show, set a gold standard for comedy and performance. His trademark humor, charm, and warmth made him a household name. And now, as his career draws to a close, the void left behind is significant. The Dick Van Dyke Show was revolutionary for its time, blending sharp comedy with relatable family dynamics. Dick's impeccable timing, paired with his genuine on-screen chemistry with co-star Mary Tyler Moore, made the show a timeless classic. It's hard to imagine television today without his groundbreaking work influencing modern sitcoms and comedic timing. As the world watches Dick step into retirement, there's a collective acknowledgement of the entertainment industry's shift without him. While there's no doubt the television landscape will continue to evolve, it's unlikely that anyone will ever truly replace the unique brand of warmth and humor Dick brought to every role. But the question remains, what happens to the next generation of performers and shows that were shaped by Dick's work? Will the world of television ever see another performer who has the same ability to blend comedy with heartfelt moments? In the wake of his departure, it's likely that many of Dick's colleagues and contemporaries will rise to fill the gaps he leaves behind. But no one will be able to replicate the kind of cultural influence he had. Instead, new stars will continue to carve their own paths, inspired by the legacy Dick leaves. As for the Mary Poppins franchise, or Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Dick's performances will forever be the gold standard in family entertainment. His spirit and the joy he brought to generations will continue to shape how we look at classic film and television. But with Dick's absence, a chapter of entertainment history is undeniably closing. While Dick Van Dyke's retirement may seem like the end of an era, it's also a celebration of everything he's given to the world of comedy, film, and television. His influence will continue to be felt for many years to come, and his retirement is less about an end and more about the opportunity for new talents to rise, carrying forward the tradition of storytelling, laughter, and joy that Dick so effortlessly embodied. When news of Dick Van Dyke's decision to retire broke, the response from his millions of fans was swift and emotional. Social media exploded with tributes, messages of gratitude, and an overwhelming sense of sadness at the thought of no longer seeing him on screen. For over 70 years, Dick has been a beloved figure in the entertainment world, and his announcement left fans feeling like they were saying goodbye to a piece of their own childhood. From the moment The Dick Van Dyke Show premiered in 1961, viewers knew they were in for something special. The chemistry between Dick and Mary Tyler Moore made the show not just another sitcom, but a cultural phenomenon, setting the standard for modern TV comedy. Fans who grew up watching The Dick Van Dyke Show fondly remembered how much they loved Dick's portrayal of Rob Petrie, the charming, often hapless TV writer who had to juggle his career, family life, and the amusing chaos that always seemed to surround him. But it wasn't just The Dick Van Dyke Show that captured hearts. Dick's role in Mary Poppins became a defining moment in film history. His portrayal of Bert, the jolly chimney sweep, filled with joy, music, and dance, remains one of his most iconic roles. For many, this film wasn't just a childhood favorite. It was a film that inspired them, made them laugh, and gave them hope in times when they needed it most. As news of Dick's retirement spread, fans took to social media platforms to express their feelings. One fan tweeted, "Dick Van Dyke's work has shaped my love for comedy. I grew up watching him and Mary Poppins with my mom, and will cherish those memories forever. It's the end of an era." Another shared, "I'm heartbroken. Dick Van Dyke was the embodiment of joy. The world needs more of that. He'll be missed." These messages reflected just how much Dick had come to mean to people. He wasn't just a performer. He was a source of joy and inspiration to countless individuals. Fans are also reminiscing about the countless memories they shared while watching Dick perform. One fan shared, "My grandmother and I used to watch the Dick Van Dyke Show together every night. It was more than just a show, it was a bonding experience. I'll miss that." Others reflected on his contributions beyond acting. Dick has always been an advocate for kindness, philanthropy, and integrity. Through his charity work, love for family, and humble approach to life, he showed millions what it means to live with grace and warmth. Fans aren't just mourning the loss of a TV icon. They're mourning the loss of a man whose entire persona made people feel seen and valued. What's striking is the intergenerational connection fans have to Dick's work. It's not just the baby boomers or Gen Xers who have watched and loved Dick's work. Millennial and Gen Z fans, too, have discovered his performances, drawn to his timeless humor and infectious charisma. Mary Poppins continues to be a favorite among families, and many younger viewers have been introduced to Dick through that film. His comedic style and physicality remain unmatched, and his legacy has been passed down through generations. But the overwhelming reaction also speaks to the rare and unique place Dick occupies in the entertainment world. There are very few performers who can claim such a broad impact across multiple generations, but Dick Van Dyke is one of them. His ability to connect with people from all walks of life, regardless of age, is something truly special. As fans reflect on his career, many are not only thanking him for the laughter and joy he's brought them, but they're also celebrating the lessons they've learned from his characters. Rob Petrie taught viewers about the balance between work and family. Bert in Mary Poppins reminded people of the importance of joy and wonder, no matter how old you are. And Dick's personal journey, his humility, his generosity, and his love for his craft, has served as an example for everyone who's followed him. Even as Dick steps away from the limelight, fans aren't just looking back with sadness. They're celebrating the rich body of work he's given them over the years. As one fan put it, Dick Van Dyke is a legend, and legends never fade. His legacy will live on in everything he's given to us. Fans may be saying goodbye to Dick in a public sense, but they'll carry his influence with them for years to come. From laughter to life lessons, from the Dick Van Dyke Show to Mary Poppins, Dick Van Dyke's impact will be felt for generations. His retirement isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new chapter, one where his legacy continues to shape the future of entertainment and leave a lasting imprint on the hearts of those who were lucky enough to witness his incredible journey. As Dick Van Dyke prepares to retire from public life, the big question on everyone's mind is, what's next for this beloved icon? After decades of bringing joy to millions of fans worldwide, Dick has made the personal decision to step back and focus on his life away from the public eye. But what will that life look like? At 98 years old, Dick has lived a remarkable life, and it's understandable that after such an extraordinary career, he may want to slow down. However, knowing Dick's zest for life, it's highly unlikely that he'll completely disappear from the public sphere. While he may be stepping away from acting and the constant hustle of the entertainment industry, it's possible that he will continue to find new ways to engage with his fans and stay involved in the things that truly matter to him. For one, Dick has always been deeply committed to his family. His decision to retire could mean that he will now spend more quality time with his loved ones. He's been married to Arlene Silver for nearly a decade, and the two have been known to enjoy a quiet, private life together outside of the limelight. Dick has always been a family man, and after a long, illustrious career, there's no doubt that he wants to treasure the time he has with his loved ones. His retirement could mark the beginning of a new chapter, one where he finds more personal fulfillment in the simple pleasures of life. Beyond his family, Dick has a deep love for the arts and philanthropy, and it's possible he will continue to stay involved in these areas in some capacity. Even in his later years, he supported a number of charitable organizations and causes, particularly those that focus on children, health, and the arts. It wouldn't be surprising if Dick continued to use his platform to raise awareness for the issues he cares about most. In fact, his influence and ability to bring attention to causes could make him an even more powerful advocate outside of the entertainment industry. Another avenue for Dick could be mentoring or teaching. With his wealth of experience in television and film, he could find a new role as a mentor for aspiring actors and performers. His comedic genius, timing, and dedication to his craft would make him an invaluable resource for anyone entering the entertainment world. Whether he's offering advice to young actors, directing a theater production, or sharing stories about his time in the industry, Dick could play a significant role in shaping the next generation of artists. While his public appearances may become less frequent, it's also possible that Dick could still occasionally surprise fans with small, intimate performances. He's always been someone who loved entertaining, and despite his retirement, he may find ways to continue doing what he loves in a more personal and private setting. Imagine Dick performing at a charity event or hosting a small gathering of friends and fans. Those who know him know that he has an inherent need to share joy with others. In addition, Dick's love for physical activity, particularly his passion for dance, could continue to be a big part of his life. He's known for his impressive dance skills, especially in Mary Poppins and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, And his performances have inspired countless people. Even though he's retired from acting, it's likely that Dick will continue to embrace his love for movement and may even share his knowledge and love of dance in new ways. Perhaps through online tutorials or personal appearances, Dick could continue to teach others the joy of dancing, as he has done for so many years. Whatever Dick chooses to do next, his fans can be sure of one thing: his influence will never fade. From his iconic performances on The Dick Van Dyke Show to his heartwarming role in Mary Poppins and beyond, Dick has cemented his place in entertainment history. His legacy as a performer, philanthropist, and beloved figure will continue to inspire and entertain, even as he steps away from the spotlight. For those of us who have been lucky enough to witness his incredible journey, it's not goodbye. It's simply the start of a new chapter in Dick Van Dyke's remarkable life. And while we may miss seeing him on our screens, we can take comfort in knowing that his legacy lives on in the laughter he's given us, the characters he's created, and the joy he's spread across generations.